We've qualified for the World Cup. Go and compete.
Sweet.
Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff.
Nervous.
Will we get started? We'll just dive right in. All right.
Yeah. Well,
Splash.
where are we gonna go first?
Toy show.
Oh fuck.
Do you watch the toy show?
Not until like this year, really.
No,
No.
I don't.
Do your
I look-
kids? Well, obviously, I mean, does Ollie care?
Yeah, because they made a big thing of it at school.
Oh, really?
So he cared because of that. No, they did enjoy it, like Lily even too. But I don't know. I never was into it because I don't think it. Sure, it wasn't my childhood really. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
When I was 15, it was just like, what was that, like Pat Kenny time? Sure, it's not going to really entice anyone to watch it, is it?
Pat Kenny was, you know, the way people get together to watch the toy show as adults because they're like, it's so cringe or whatever, or it's like kind of entertaining seeing Tuberty dealing with the kids. Like that would have been true of Kenny because Kenny is such a fucking robot that watching him try to interact with children was just like car crash because he didn't know how to communicate with anyone like that. He doesn't know how to communicate in general, but like like Tuberty can switch his role from out of his fucking fake happy talk show host thing to fake happy kids entertainer. So I don't find it entertaining to watch him because it's just like it's like watching a kids TV show presenter like on Blue Peter or something. Whereas Pat Kenny, it was hilarious watching a guy who wants to talk about current affairs and like I don't know, a famine in Ethiopia, talking about the latest Fisher Price tractor and stuff like that.
And Gabe Byrne was kind of the same. Like it was just kind of cringe.
Yeah, because they were like stuck up a little.
Whereas Tuberty is a bit of a goofball. He kind of suits it. Like,
yeah,
so
I know.
It has kind of lost its appeal. I just wait for the highlights on like Twitter. I haven't watched the toy show, I would say, in 15 years.
There is a bit of like people have a bit of a desire to see children fuck up and be weird so that they can post about them and how cute or how funny they were online. It's like they want to prey on these. They're hoping for children to be weird and to do something that would make them cringe forever, so that they can be like, I can't deal with John Joe and his clocks.
Yeah, it's true. It's like people being like, "Oh, we only watch it for the weird kids and the culture kids." It's like they're kids. They're like fucking 6 years old max.
I know.
How is this entertaining for you? Like it's supposed to be like magic for Christmas, and it's just.
I know.
Yeah,
and you'd see like sometimes they'd show behind the scenes, and they'd show the speech and drama teachers coaching the kids, and it's like they're fucking Olympics, like, and they're just so on edge, and it just took away any of the magic. Not that it held much magic for me anyway. I just wanted to see the toys, and I hated the performances. I was just like, show me the toys, show me the toys, show me the toys. Forget about all these fucking dancing and singing and Charlotte Church and all this shit. Show me the latest Warhammers.
Because the toys this year were even a bit mediocre too. You know, there was nothing really.
Yeah, they don't want it to be a toy show.
Again.
They wanted it to be a children's variety
panto.
show. Yeah.
Fucking panto of South Dublin kids, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Tuberty's a weird fella too. I checked his Wikipedia because I wanted to like hope that his middle name is like Jimmy and he was born on like, I don't know, Savile Street or something. But he's very politically connected too. I suppose like everyone from RT, but he's very, very politically correct. Yeah, politically connected to like Fianna Fáil and stuff too. So
is he?
I'm sure that's how he got his breakthrough anyway.
Good for him.
Yep. Good for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, another rubbish.
Yeah, it's it was always too late for us as well. Like,
oh really?
As kids. Well, no, I don't mean in the evening. I mean, like we had to decide what we wanted to decide. We had to decide what we wanted for Christmas, like the start of November. So this thing happened in the start of like December. Our parents were like, "No, you can't have that. Sorry, Santa's already got what you're getting. Fuck.
Kieran, how do you deal with like your kids asking for stuff and you have to be like, Santa can't get you everything, you have to try to be like, well, you're not going to get a fucking yacht, even though Santa's magic. It's like, why can't Santa just give me everything?
Yeah. Well, how do I deal with it? Badly, probably. But yeah, no, it's sometimes it's like, oh man, it's nonstop. Can I have that? No. Why? Because it's an unreasonable request. Why? How come? That's not fair. Yeah, man, it's just nonstop. It's like a drill in my head, especially times around like Halloween and Christmas and Easter, where like the toy show itself is just a walking advertisement too. Anyway, well, less so now, but like it's even the adverts around it too are already like geared towards that kid stuff too. So like it's in their face. Like I suppose it's hard to understand, isn't it, as you're a kid? All these amazing things around you. It's Christmas. Santa, who's magic, she'll give me it all.
Exactly. Once you introduce magic into it, that's like, how does Santa make all these toys and visit everyone's house in one night? And he's like, it's magic. It's like, okay, well, if that's the explanation, you just open a can of worms there. So it's like, so why can't I have everything I want? It's like, magic doesn't work that way. It's like, don't talk out of both sides of your mouth.
It forces parents to just become like liars because, what? How does he fit down like I read the book that Santa came down the chimney. We don't have a chimney. It's like he comes through the keyhole.
He comes through the Wi-Fi connection or something.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's at your window.
It's like your antivirus catches him.
Santa's just coming in your keyhole. Fucking rank. Yeah, but it's even when we were kids, like we were told, like everyone was told something different, and it's just funny how you just believe everything your parents say. Because I remember my parents would say something like, "Oh, Santa used to build all the toys, but like nowadays it's different because there's toy shops, so he just gets his toys from the toy shops and all these kind of things."
I know. I remember asking that. Yeah,
and then like I'd say, "Well, Brian Scally in school told me that his parents said that they do build the toys," and my parents were like, "Oh, Brian's parents are just lying to him." Yeah, and I was like, "Stupid Brian!" Like Brian believes that Santa still builds the toys. Like,
I remember
just believe this shit.
My parents told me that Santa makes the toys, or the elves make the toys, or whatever, and then I'd be looking at them, and it says like "Made in Taiwan," and I'd be like, "Why does it say Made in Taiwan if the elves made it?" And they're like, "They have workshops all over the world." And like so like my parents probably just came up with this whole mythology that the elves and Santa live in fucking Sichuan province or something.
Yeah, and like Santa forgetting to put batteries in with your fucking thing. You're like, Santa, you're meant to be fucking magic, man. How do you forget batteries? Yeah. We had a really good discussion about Santa last Christmas. I think we should have a Christmas themed episode next.
Yeah, I'm for it.
There's so much fucking Christmas shit to talk about.
Yeah, we did. That was around the time we recorded the MEK Galaxy stuff too. Yeah.
Was it last year there was no football at Christmas? No, it was the year. Was it the year? No, there was never no football Christmas. Was there?
It's just they've changed it now, haven't they? It's weird. It's the what do you call it? There's the 2 game weeks where there's like half the teams play and the other half play the other one.
Oh, they have a kind of a winter break now, do they?
Yeah. Oh, there's a full winter break next year with the Qatar World Cup and stuff.
No, yeah.
Not impressed. Most people have died over it, so.
Yeah, it's true.
And we don't like. Wait, do we not like Qatar the same way we don't like Saudi?
We really, secretly we only like one place.
Ireland.
Yeah, and even then,
even then, we're not fond of it.
Shandon Bells is only okay, really.
Yeah,
it is.
It's like I only like Cork in Ireland, and in Cork I only like West Cork, and in West Cork I only like Clonakilty.
Yeah. That's it. It's tribal.
Yeah, it is.
And even parts of Clonakilty I don't like.
Yeah, plenty parts.
The south side.
What are people from Qatar called? Qatarians?
Qataris, I think.
And they have like a real low, like the proportion of Qatari people of the total population is quite low compared to other countries. Like this, made up of a lot of foreign people through work and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's not that many Qataris. Well, I'm sure there is, but proportionately, there's not.
I really don't understand like the geography around there. I don't know what's a state and what's a country and what's a capital and what's a city. It's just nonsense to me.
It's just nonsense.
Like Dubai. Is Dubai a country?
No.
Sure.
Close.
I fell at the first hurdle, so never mind.
Dubai is part of the UAE, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is just like a group of these kind of cities in the Middle East, like the United Arab Emirates.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's easy to...
Abu Dhabi's another one.
Yeah, it's easy to trip over them because they're not that old, you know? They're quite recent in history, these places and countries, so... Yeah, but anyway, fucking, a World Cup in like November, December is odd because it's my favorite time of year. I guess that is a nice little segue into like, Premier League football. I love this time of year for football because we have games like twice a week.
Oh yeah,
and it's brilliant. But it's going to be odd. I mean, we're going to have the World Cup, but like, let's be honest, a lot of the international tournaments have bad like weeks, don't they? Where it's really boring games. And it's not as flowing, but anyway, we'll see how it goes and move on.
Segue.
Yeah, segue to Arsenal.
Yeah, well, we haven't had you sad about Arsenal for a while.
And yeah, because we got to skip last weekend when they got hammered by Liverpool.
Yes. Oh yeah, and the week before, did we not talk about Arsenal? Probably not.
I don't think so.
In passing,
the week before was chaotic. Kieran, you weren't there to keep us on track. I don't know what we talked about.
You lacked discipline and control. You were like,
you're like the teacher in School of Rock.
People don't like School of Rock. I thought it was a great film.
I literally watched it like an hour ago, right? So I hadn't seen it since I was young, and when I was young, I didn't like it. And now I watch it, and I'm like, this is fucking tremendous. And Jack Black should have gotten an Oscar for this performance. He carries that whole movie, like.
Yeah. It makes it's very, very uninteresting of a watch.
And child actors, so many child actors. Like normally one is bad enough, but they have a whole cast of them. And like I hated it at the time. Now I'm like, fine. I don't hate them. It's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
I think it's more enjoyed by older people than actual kids. So like older people want to watch it with their kids, and the kids are just like, and the older people are just like, yeah. School of Rock.
Yeah, it's like it like connects with that, inner part of you where you're like, maybe this could be me. I'm not too old just yet.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but he really gives it sucks.
And they spoiler alert. Give you 5 seconds to pause. But they don't actually like win the band championships.
They don't
either, do they? Which is brilliant because like when it's a happy ending like that, that's where a movie like that loses all credibility in my eyes. But I'm like, yeah, thank fuck they didn't win it. But it still feel good. Yeah. Jack, that's Jack Black in his prime.
Oh yeah,
it is
definitely.
Yeah, he's a sad state of affairs right now.
Is he?
And he's trying to. Yeah, I think he's trying to stay relevant. I think he's even like doing Twitch or something.
Oh yeah,
it's just like you had the kind of Tenacious D thing, and you were kind of quirky and kind of funny, and you did a few good movies, but now you're just kind of just old, and it doesn't really work anymore.
Yeah, I saw. I mean, look, fair play to him. I saw like some of those. What is it? TikToks or whatever the fuck he's doing now. They're really well edited and stuff, but like there's one where he like transition into like the Captain America outfit. Not that any of us do, but he does not have the physique for Captain America.
And I don't think that kind of fat man wearing a skinny man's outfit is funny anymore. I just think that's such base humor. Like, I mean,
I think you'd be surprised. I think a lot of people still love that stuff. People love people just falling over. It's been fucking 10,000 years. People still go crazy for someone just falling.
You know, the fall over and the I'm okay. You know that gag?
Yes.
Oh, like that makes me want to switch off any movie.
In a trailer, they play that, and it's like the music will cut out, and they'll be like, "I'm okay, all right."
And like we like Sonia, it like physical humor is like her peak humor. Like someone falls over in something and she is in tears, and I just don't get it. I mean, I find it funny that she finds it funny. But
sometimes it can be funny. Like a lot of Mr. Bean, I find funny, and that's all physical comedy. But and a lot of like Faulty Towers is, you know, physical comedy, and Charlie Chaplin, which is all physical comedy. A lot of that's good, but there's the physical comedy, which is just like fat. Yeah, or like I've fallen down.
Yeah, carrying books in a library, falling over stuff is not funny.
Yeah.
It can be funny.
There's one clip in Parks and Recreations. Have you seen that?
No.
You know that show?
I know it, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, where Ron Swanson, he's the guy with the mustache, where he runs into the scene and he like slips and falls down and gets back up. I swear I've never seen Sonia laugh so much in her life. And it's just a guy literally falling over and getting back up as he runs in a rush.
Look,
it's just not funny.
I mean,
if it was by accident and the actor fell over, that's kind of funny to me. But
yeah, like I don't know if you guys saw a few years ago in WWE where that guy Tyson O'Neill?
I know. Yeah.
He was going into the Royal Rumble and he slips running down the stage and he slides under the ring.
Oh yeah.
And like,
yeah, I saw him.
I think that might have been a genuine accident. I don't know. You never know with WWE. But then they started making that his character, like week in, week out, he would fall over and like slip and like fall into things. And that made it retroactively unfunny that he fell over in the first place.
Yeah. They tried to like grab the ball and run with it, and they just Titus O'Neil. I just checked it. Yeah, because the first fall is so catastrophic to the character. Like
it's so bad that I thought it must be fake. Like you couldn't accidentally slide under the ring like that, but I mean, I don't know why you would do it though.
Just a huge muscly black man, slipping down in the baby oil and everything. Like, no, it was definitely an accident because it was just so badly done. After that, I can't imagine that they'd have done it so well the first time.
I know. Yeah, exactly. It's done so well that it couldn't have been planned.
Yeah,
by Vince. Vince couldn't plan something like that.
Yeah.
What do you remember? Do you remember Vince getting into the ring and like rupturing his nutsack?
Just two quads.
Both of them.
Fucking hell.
Both of them, yeah.
It's so painful to watch back.
That was so amazing because what happened there was Royal Rumble and Batista and John Cena both fall out of the ring at the same time, but that wasn't meant to happen.
I know. Yeah, I remember.
And their feet hit the floor at the exact same time. It was like Batista picks up Cena and he just loses balance and they both go over. And it's just so, it's like fate that their feet hit the floor at the exact same time.
It's incredible, actually, that it happened.
Come in and fuck himself up.
Yeah. It's so perfect. You couldn't have planned it. Like, you couldn't coordinate the split second, both lads hitting the floor at the exact same second.
Ridiculous, yeah.
Yeah, but it happened.
That's the magic of the WWE.
Do a WWE episode.
We will, yeah.
Oh, we
probably should, yeah.
We'd have a lot to say on that.
We would indeed. Well, getting back to the football.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we've spoken about him so much, like it's probably only something we'll glance on. But in between podcasts, Manchester United did fire their manager and prove the entire Put Them Under Pressure podcast backlog correct.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean,
we did it.
Well, I'll go back to one thing I said when I said Frank Lampard would win a trophy before Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and all I can say is, by default, I'm not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Well, you didn't say for which team.
That's true. Yeah, it's ongoing.
It's ongoing. It is. I wonder now. Point. Now, who do you think is going to win a trophy before who?
That's a good point. It could be Solskjaer if he goes back to fucking.
If he goes back to Norway, he'll win the fucking Norwegian league. Yeah.
Well, like, look, going on a overlap. That's it, Adrian. The one we forgot many weeks ago.
Oh god, yeah.
Frank Lampard had his question thing recently. He doesn't look like he's interested in returning to football whatsoever. So maybe Ollie will win a trophy. Well, actually, maybe Ollie will never win a trophy, and Frank Lampard will never manage a team again.
No, I think Frank will be back in some form or another.
Yeah.
I mean, if there was talk of him joining Norwich and it fell out in the end, but like if he was even in talks, it means he's still interested.
It's true. He was in the running for the Palace role too, so he's still there. But
yeah, I mean, if it's not management, it has to be punditry, because I mean, what else is he going to do? What do ex-footballers usually do? Like
get arrested.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah,
cheat on their wives.
A huge gambling debt.
Yeah, so like they have to pay the bills somehow. Actually, didn't Steve Finnan run a huge like construction?
Run a person over.
He did run a person over.
Yeah,
allegedly.
Allegedly, was it allegedly?
Allegedly, definitely happened.
Yeah, no, it didn't. According to Wikipedia, it happened. Yeah.
So a lot of players go into like real estate and stuff after football. Yeah, they don't want to get taxed on their money, so they just put it to physical things.
Yeah, no, he'd be as well off now just sucking it up, doing the coaching, get a few bob, do a Steve Bruce on it.
Yeah, so look, he's always going to land himself a gig. I mean, I know it didn't go great at Chelsea, but I don't think anyone, from a football perspective anyway, thinks like less of him now. I don't think. Well, you do, yeah, but I don't think a Championship club is going to be like, he did nothing. It's like, well, it was one of the bigger clubs in the Premier League, like
Championship clubs. Yeah, they're just desperate for the touch of anything Premier League related. Like if you've been in the Premier League, any Championship club will want you.
Yeah, it's for the connections and stuff too, isn't it? It's like when Frank Lampard was at Derby, it's like Mason Mount. There we go. Get him into the playoffs.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I did find it funny how in that questions, he was asked the best bit of advice you've gotten, and he was like, "My wife or girlfriend, I don't know," said to when he was offered the Derby job, like just jump and the net will appear, something like that. In other words, like just do the leap of faith and it'll work out. And obviously that worked out for Derby, but like he must have had that same confidence going into the Chelsea job. And imagine how shit you'd feel.
It's like
there was no net.
Fate did not intervene.
Yeah.
You can't just keep
dead.
Can't keep doing shit that you're not ready for and just be like, it'll be fine. It doesn't work.
Yeah, and like I know we have to listen to our partners and stuff but I mean, it's probably a bit of encouragement, Frank, rather than risk your whole career on this.
Yeah.
Give it a go, Frank. All right. I'm gonna commit myself to Derby.
Yeah, like if someone asked me to take the Chelsea job now, I mean, I don't know why I'd believe I have any reason to take it. But I guess,
the net will appear. The net will appear, Adrian.
I mean, I'd probably just do it because it would probably pay me for the rest. Like,
the net would appear.
Had it, if I had it for like 2 weeks, it would probably pay me what I'd earn in like 10 years.
The net that would appear is like the big butterfly nets insane asylums use to catch people.
But yeah, United probably will turn a corner now. They are basically, if you can't beat them, join them and get in a Klopp Tuchel replica. And apparently they're mentor. So
don't know who that guy is.
People, I've never seen so many people pretend they know who he is too. That's one thing I'll say.
I mean, I've heard of him.
Yeah, but like people are like quoting literally Wikipedia word for word when everyone's like, oh, where's he from? Well, he was born in 1972.
Yeah. Citation needed.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, it seems like that would be an exciting move for Man United. So,
it's interesting that they didn't hire like a glamour manager, not saying they could get Zidane, but like a big name kind of a celebrity manager. They went more the technical director kind of coach, European efficient football way. It's like literally kind of sounding like a Red Bull Leipzig with a mate. In fact, they did, have him, but it's like a money ball kind of signing.
Yeah, it's because no one else wants the job, I'd say.
Yeah, it's a bit of a funny one. Like they're all saying what a great appointment it's going to be. I'd never heard of the guy before last week. He was managing fucking like Spartak Moscow or some Russian team.
A Lokomotiv, I think.
Okay, yeah, exactly. The best thing I've heard about him is that he bought Firmino for Hoffenheim. I mean,
okay,
that doesn't impress me. As Shania Twain would say, that don't impress me much.
She would say that, wouldn't she?
She said it plenty times, yeah.
Did you know that song was released in Europe as like a dance song with like Eurobeat kind of pop behind it, whereas in America it was like a country song?
Yeah, I did find that out last year when I was looking it up on YouTube, and I was listening to it going, this sounds a bit weird.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to the country one.
Is it very different?
Yeah. You know that down now that line, that synth line in the background, it doesn't have that at all. It just has some fucking acoustic guitar like plucking away. It's really weird.
Yeah, but that's like, I know it obviously is for the line and some of the lyrics, but that's kind of the thing that makes the song good for me.
Exactly. Yeah, it like makes it. So I don't know how well it did in the States. Anyway, what's this guy's name again? I keep saying Ragnarok, but that's not right.
Yeah,
Thor Ragnarok.
Look, I don't know enough about him, but like, why didn't a big team sign him before now? Then that's what I'd be wondering. If he's anybody.
I mean, are United a big team anymore?
No, they've fallen off. Didn't work out for him.
Yeah, falling off their perch.
They're like in that Roma tier at the moment.
Yeah, that's fair.
Leverkusen.
I think that's fair too.
Betis.
You might not like it, but it is very much like the periods of time that Liverpool and Arsenal went through. Arsenal coming out of, maybe. But I think United are very much in those periods. You need a few. God, what was his name? Singamon Pong goal up front for United to.
Oh yes.
To see them straight.
That's it, and like even today, they weren't very good today. I don't know. Did you see them against Chelsea? They went ahead by a fucking disastrous Jorginho moment, and then they were kind of spanked thereafter. Like they did well to just draw the game. With the new manager bounce and all that. I know it's only Michael Carrick. He's only caretaker manager, but you'd hope they'd have a little bit more about them than they did today. They were played off the park, to be honest. So, a lot to do at United, I'd say, because
they've got the two of the informed teams in the league next in Arsenal and Palace. So not easy.
Arsenal, that's an interesting one.
That is.
What do you think?
I never know what this Arsenal team. I mean, fuck it, they'll win. Jeez, I don't know.
Yeah. It's only United.
It is only United. That's very true. It's only United.
And it's a fucking Thursday evening. I mean, it's only United. It's only United.
You're getting the practice in for the New Year's, Thursday nights.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think Arsenal are looking okay-ish, and then they play Liverpool, and it's exposed that they're not that great. But look, they're fifth.
I know, yeah. It's like that Liverpool game has been like the only dark spot, even though it was a very dark spot because they got fucking destroyed like really badly, and everyone looked like shit. And also, Aubameyang is not looking too hot at the moment.
No.
But I mean, fuck it. I can't complain really. They're fourth on goal difference nearly. They're like West Ham aren't gonna keep that up. I consider them fourth at the moment.
Yeah.
Liverpool and City are obviously going to run away with it, and Chelsea. Chelsea, like what a joke! What a joke of a team. I'm so glad I'm not a Chelsea supporter. I am though.
Yeah.
I couldn't look myself in the mirror.
Wow.
Without it cracking.
Yeah, I don't buy all this. They'll walk the league. I don't think so.
Oh, God, they're shite. They're shite.
They'll come undone.
Yeah,
they've already come undone. We're fucking their joint top goal scorers. One of them's out for about 6 months. So fix that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tuchel hasn't a clue. Fucking Lukaku. What was that? Lukaku, like United tried that 4 years ago. Great signing. Werner, feed him to the dogs. Like, come on. Their best player is like a washed up Kante and Reece James. Like, come on.
Yeah, and they've got two of the world's most expensive keepers. And they bench one of them.
Yeah. And they're going on about Mendy is like, oh, he's the fucking best keeper in the world. He is my hoop.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have to say about Chelsea.
I think you've summed it up pretty well. Yeah, I think there's a lot of hype. They have an abundance of attacking midfielders, but they can't play them all at once. So
Chelsea will be where Spurs are in a few months.
Okay. Yeah, I think City are a much better team, and I think Liverpool are a better team as well, to be honest.
Both easily.
Yeah.
Liverpool and City are a level above everyone by far. Like,
but it is making for an interesting Premier League this year. To be fair, that Chelsea are kind of stumbling their way to the top of the table every week. So
I guess, yeah, they're against Watford next, and they'll get fucking undone.
Yeah, it just feels like they keep getting easy fixtures. When are they playing the hard teams?
When are they playing anyone decent?
Yeah,
it's true though. Their unbeaten run or their unbeaten period was ridiculous. Any team that was out of form, like Norwich just before they sacked their manager, Villa before they sacked their manager, all this shit. Like they got the rub of the green, but that won't last forever.
They have.
I think to try and like summarize things nicely, we were just slagging off Chelsea there, which is a tradition. But like we're about a third of the way through the season now. I'm pretty confident in saying that I don't think we'll see much movement in the current table. Maybe one or two teams here and there. There's always those teams that have like a late burst or just dig themselves out of a relegation battle or something. That will probably be one. I don't see much difference. Maybe like swap West Ham with Arsenal or United or Spurs. Man, not Spurs really. But I just don't see this table moving that much. I think we're seeing it as it is, but not Chelsea winning the league, obviously.
Oh yeah, definitely not. I mean, Conte will walk. Conte will walk after January when he doesn't get he'll walk in January when he doesn't get the signings that were promised, because Levy must have promised him fucking heaven and earth to get him to sign in this shit show, and he's not going to get it. Levy just wanted a short burst. He just wanted like people to be like, wow, Antonio Conte would join Spurs, like the top available manager in the market would join Spurs, and he'll be gone and they'll get someone else.
I think he was ready to walk after they lost to that Slovenian crowd.
The
comments he said afterwards, where he was just like, I knew it was bad, but this bad? Like, what a message to your players.
I know.
Yeah,
well, they are. They deserve it. Fuck them. Absolute rubbish.
Well, I mean, they have Brentford and Norwich this weekend. You'd hope they'd beat Norwich, but I don't know. You'd think they would, but God, they're just so desperate sometimes, aren't they?
Yeah.
I honestly, I was so disappointed that the Burnley game was called off because I really thought that they'd smash Burnley because Burnley are really poor. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Is Harry Kane just going to be gone in January? Surely, sure. He's no asset. He's no asset to them the way he is.
But the only teams that would buy him would be like Man City, and I don't think they will.
No, I don't think so either. I think Kane may have lost his chance. I mean, obviously this January is going to be telling. It might already be planned that it just gets done, but I think he's lost his chance. And I think this sulking, which is all I can say it is really.
Yeah.
I don't know any different, but the sulking he's doing. I mean, I say it won't do him any good to like any potential suitors, but then again, there's been a lot of sulkers that have been signed by other clubs, so maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the current table, I do want to just point out, I actually kind of think you're right, actually. I think the general makeup of the table is probably not a million miles away what it'll finish. Leicester are fucking 10th.
Yep.
Everyone going on about Brendan Rodgers.
Yep.
They're 10th.
Yeah, well, Brendan Rodgers won the league for Liverpool. That's the
Yeah.
that's the latest, isn't it?
But
his name should be on the trophy.
But they want him for United. I mean, I don't know what the hype is, to be honest.
Brendan has proven himself time and time again as the top manager in Europe. And
come on,
who's done what he has done with the resources he's had?
quite a few.
Yeah, most managers.
Most done what he has done.
Yeah, it's just interesting looking at the table, like the fucking the buzz around Brendan Rodgers. Like Brighton are ahead of them, so just get whatever. What's his name again?
Graham Potter.
Get Graham Potter. He'd do as good a job with less resources.
Did you see what Potter said after the game about Brighton fans?
I did, yeah. Yeah.
He's dead right.
Yeah.
He's dead right. Fucking, this will be like their best ever finish. And like he's getting booed off. And like, you know, Brighton are like Palace's rivals and stuff too, but like he's dead right. Know your history. Like they used to be like League 2, League 1 for 30 odd years. Played at like a Greyhound track with a stand. That was their stadium. They've got all this investment now too, and they've obviously used it well. But like, no, he can't boo a team off. Yeah, they were shite and they had 30 shots and scored no goals. Like, but welcome to Brighton, I guess.
Yeah.
Very unfair. Very unfair. So,
yeah,
maybe he'll be next Man United manager.
That's what I'm saying.
I bet he'll go manage England.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would take Southgate at Palace when he's done with England. Yeah, I think so. I think Palace would want him too, ex-player and stuff.
You're already thinking of post Patrick.
Well, I just know that like it's a bit like I don't know. It's a bit like when Santos had Neymar. They knew he wasn't going to be his for very long, but he had to make the most of it while he was here.
Wow.
These are your golden days.
I'm telling you, we've we only won 3 games this year, but it feels like we're on like an unbeaten Champions League run.
Yeah, how is that? When you look at the teams that have won, sorry, when you look at the games teams have won, it's bizarre. I mean, Newcastle with 0 is fucking insane.
Brilliant.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. Well, I hope they go down, and I hope Saudi Arabia get fed up and leave.
Oh my god! Please
do a Sunderland on it,
or like they don't understand what relegation is or anything, and they don't realize that they're gonna like get kicked out of the league. Oh, I'd love it. I'd love
it. Eddie Howe is not the marquee manager that you'd hope for a multi-billion-dollar club like.
No. No.
Unfortunately.
Even City had a bit more pizzazz around their first appointments and first signings. But anyway.
Oh yeah, definitely. Sure. Even
who was
see.
City's first manager? With the money.
Was it what's his name?
No?
Mark Hughes, was it?
Oh well, there you go. Not too dissimilar from Eddie Howe.
Yeah,
I suppose. But then we'll see who they sign. But like City signed like Robinho, which was
I think
crazy.
Like the thing with Eddie Howe was like he took Bournemouth, who had nothing, and did all this amazing stuff with them. Like, surely you'd want a manager who's just used to spending money. Just getting fucking, I don't know, anyone. Benitez. Why didn't they try and get Benitez? Like, he's clearly not going to work out at Everton.
What a fool in terms of Everton. Do you remember, like, I actually very vividly remember saying it that after they'd won like their first 3 games on the podcast, being like, yeah, they always do this and they'll go to shit. And they're sat in 14th now. Something like of the last 21 available points, they've earned 2 of those points and scored 3 goals. Yeah, that's Benitez ball.
Low. Yeah,
yes,
fucking shite.
Another team that could just fuck off, that has just notions of being a big club. Fuck off. Get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think you're, just to reaffirm, I think you're right. It's certainly in like the top half and the bottom half are fairly secured at this point.
Yeah, I think a few will change about. But yeah, I like Leeds too. Leeds are playing like 17-year-olds to try and get squads out. So they're in trouble. And speaking of trying to get squads out, did you see I think it's Belenese and Benfica game, like the drama around that?
Oh no. Yeah, I did. That they have the team got COVID or something, but they tried playing anyway, and they started with like 8 players.
Yeah, and then
two keepers.
They started with 9, and then 2 players got injured at halftime, so they came out with 7 players, and then we're just like, "Fuck this, we can't." They were 7-0 down at halftime. Crazy.
But I feel like if you can't even field a full 11, you should just forfeit.
Well, like that's it. Because
how is that even allowed for you to play a game with less than 11? Because that's surely hugely unfair to other teams.
Exactly, and that's what the kind of argument was. It's the league rules now that said the game had to go on because they're like pre-COVID league rules, which I think is stupid. You should have exceptions for COVID, right?
I know, yeah.
City didn't have to play. Newcastle didn't have to play.
Arsenal had to play.
Did they?
Yeah, it's the fucking start of the season. 3 or 4 Arsenal players got COVID. Like Ben White, Aubameyang, Lacazette. They all had COVID. And Arsenal still had to play.
Well, I mean, you're not oil monny. Really,
people forget that when they're like, Arsenal lost to Brentford. They lost like their 3 opening games or something. It's like, then surprisingly, once all the players who had COVID came back, they started winning all their games.
Who'd have thought it?
Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, that was I thought that was greatly unfair. But yeah, half time 7-0, they just gave up. Villa, Stevie G, back in the Premier League. Oh yeah, back in the Premier League. Isn't that exciting? I'm sure everyone hasn't slept a wink.
I know. Sky Sports did their fucking best to make something out of that. Even like highlighting when he's going to play Liverpool. I mean, I don't think Liverpool really care all that much. Like, I don't even know if he'd care all that much.
Yeah.
Did you care much about playing Palace, Flynn, with Vieira manager now? Did that really stick out to you too much?
It was just not really. It was just something of interest and like oh, Patrick Vieira, best of luck to you, except for tonight.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad that he's won his first 2 games, Jared. But like, is he going to keep doing it? He might. He could turn out to be an absolutely amazing Premier League manager. I just have a funny feeling he probably won't for some reason.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, it's just, I don't know. The new manager bounce is real because of 2 things. Players that don't like the previous manager, and it's always easier to be better than the shit show that you take over from 9 times out of 10. So, Yeah, I mean, with the amount of money that Villa have spent, they shouldn't be in 13th, and they should have any manager that can just put 11 players on the pitch. They should do better than what they have been doing. So I don't know if a lot of this is going to be down to actually Gerrard, some sort of masterclass. I'm not too sure, but yeah, we will see. Sky Sports do love creaming themselves. They're creaming themselves a lot. Like even that Carragher, Roy Keane thing earlier wasn't that good.
Well, don't bother. It's just them arguing about is Ronaldo good or not, basically. That's it.
Oh my god. I could go down to the local pub and hear this like for the past 15 years.
Yep. Yeah, it's not even hot takes anymore. It's like, oh, we bought Ronaldo to win cups. And Carragher being like, yeah, but you want to win the league. It's like, yeah. Both.
Yeah, I was actually saying to Flynn just before we started recording that I've cancelled my Sky Sports subscription because I'm just not using it. And it's like €40 on OTV. Usually they give you a discount and drop it down to like 20. And I threatened to leave and they didn't give me a discount. So I was like, fuck that. I'm not paying €40 a month to watch Jamie Carragher and Roy Keane parody themselves. Like,
yeah, it's literally two lads having a midlife crisis. Like,
oh yeah.
And then they make Monday Night Football a big thing. Like Monday Night Football, we've got Watford and like Brentford or something. It's like, come on, like, no, I'm not logging in for that.
Yeah,
no.
Special guest like Ranieri, like, fuck off.
Yeah, and they always get like not to be offensive or anything like, but they always have to they always get these managers in or these ex-players in. That aren't, it's obviously English is their second language, and it's just like it's just a struggle for them. Like, just don't bring them on.
Yeah,
like it's no benefit to us, and it's difficult for them. Just park the bus, show us some highlights of the weekend's games, and just show us the game.
Yeah, and they never. Do you know what? These managers, these supposedly like world-class football managers, they ask them sometimes things, and you expect to get like a real interesting insight. Like I think they had Benitez on one time and they were like just talking about the Champions League final in Istanbul. Like, you played Harry Kewell, which was a really shock decision at the time, and he was basically like, yeah, I really liked Harry Kewell as a player and I thought he'd play well.
Yeah, it just turns out no one knows what they're doing.
Yeah. And they'll get Klopp on to talk about pressing. Like, yeah, I like people to press. I think it's like good football tactic.
Yeah,
fucking mind blown all
these
over the
fellas
screen,
would probably fail the junior cert. Like the top minds in football, thick as shit.
Like the fella that translates for Bielsa, I don't know, does he have the best or the worst job in the world? Like, just the shit he has to say, the shit he has to translate. Like, I'm obviously hot on the Bamford injury because he was in my team for our fantasy team, and he just keeps saying things like, we have to be careful of the evolutions. That's his only update on Bamford. And this guy is probably having to like decipher whatever Spanish Bielsa's saying. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like pulling teeth sometimes. You expect them to be amazing, like Pep or something, but they're really not. They're just lads that know how to write tactics on the board, I guess.
Yeah.
We could all do it.
We could all do it. We should.
We do. If like FIFA and Football Manager or anything to go by, which they are. Yeah. Oh yeah, Dean Smith paired up with Delia Smith.
No,
saw that coming.
No, forget it. Don't know. Don't want to know.
But they have the same last name, guys.
What team is that again? Is that Watford or Norwich? I just don't care enough.
Yes.
Okay.
That concludes PUPcast.
Like, if there's anything I would say about something vaguely related to that, I would say that the bottom 5 teams are probably 5 teams that we predicted would have been bottom. Is that right? There's Newcastle, Norwich, Burnley, Leeds, and Watford. I'm pretty sure all of us predicted at least one of those.
I predicted all 3.
Well, there's 5 there. So
there we go. I predicted all 3 of the 5.
Which ones did you say? You said Newcastle, Norwich, Watford, was it?
I think I said Burnley. but that you couldn't write off. Right, I think so. But yeah, I think the Bolges call was the one that you made, Hanley, the Leeds one. But it's becoming quite safe that second season.
Yeah. Even Brentford are having nearly a first season dip. It's incredible. They started so well, and now they're just free falling. Mm-hmm. I kind of want Burnley to stay up. I don't think that's a popular opinion. I actually think Sean Dyche, before this season, I would have said he was probably one of the top 5 managers in the league.
Yeah.
Is that too hot a take? Do we have to cut that?
No, but I could.
It's too hot. Well, it's red hot. It's white hot.
Yeah. They ain't ready for this.
But like, what? Burnley are so bad though. They're a bad team.
But it's his team. He's had fucking 6 years or whatever.
Exactly. So how does he keep them up? Like, has he ever signed a player?
He's been relegated with him.
But that was once.
Most managers don't get
5
that
or 6
once.
seasons, have they?
I think he frightens the team into not getting like 40 points every year.
Mm-hmm.
He just terrifies them. Do you see the picture of him this weekend with the snowed off game out there?
Yeah,
everyone's in their jackets.
It was like something out of The Fucking Shining with the zoom in on his face and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want some ice cream, Doc?
He definitely brings a type of character that's kind of being lost in the game currently. But no, I could do with never seeing Burnley ever again. Like Sean Dyche could just get hired for the next shit team in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we can't just keep Burnley around because Sean Dyche is a Phil Mitchell replica.
I would prefer, just off the top of my head, like Watford, Southampton, and Norwich and Newcastle to go down before Burnley. I think none of those teams have an identity in my head. At least Burnley are like that shit team, but that shit team that you just don't look forward to playing. Yeah. I kind of respect that. Whereas Southampton are a nothing team to me at this point. Watford are like a minus team to me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Even though they beat United 4-1, which was amazing. But
yeah, but it ruined the fun for us, though.
They went too far with that, didn't they?
Yeah, a 2-1, and he'd still did his job, yeah.
It's like, you went too far. You took the joke too far.
Yeah, literally, the teacher's like, right, none of you can play United again now.
Yeah.
Ollie's gone. You're like, oh, miss.
Brilliant.
Very good. Any other business, or will we wrap it up, lads?
I kind of need to wrap it up.
We're done.
Great.
Yeah, we probably have an hour there anyway.
We do.
Good to be back as a threesome.
It is.
In a while.
Yeah.
Great. We'll do it again, maybe.
We'll do a Christmas one next.
And that's the last podcast. We'll do a Christmas one where our yearly moan about like Christmas cooking and presents and Santa.
Perfect.
Oh, I'll get some research done. Yeah, I can't wait.
You should get Ollie on it, and we'll tell him on the podcast Santa is
Sure.
I'll get some views. I'll go viral.
Yeah, it's kid craze during podcast.
Yeah. Get the webcam on. Yeah,
like I can see the dollar signs now.
Yeah, sell his tears on eBay and stuff.
Excellent. All right.
Have a good week.
Go on, we'll talk to you.
All the best.
See you later.
May the road rise to you.
You've been listening to the Put 'em Under Pressure podcast. For more of our content, make sure that you follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Facebook. Outro music.